I'm going to start with Nova City Heroes. So, as you know, blah, 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 dispute with mutants and masterminds are amicably resolved, and we are on Fate now. So, it gives us the opportunity to start things from scratch, and, you know, this is a good thing. So, what are we going to do? Well, we are going to do the Vanishing Saga Part 3, absolutely. But first, we're going to create a player's manual, okay? And a GM's manual, and a guide to Nova City. And the guide to Nova City will be before, during, and after the Vanishing. So you essentially have 3 Nova Cities to play with. This is going to take a while. But you'll be glad to know that I've broken ground on the player's guide this week. So we're actually going to, because we're taking a complete break from mutants and masterminds, there will be bespoke classes and origins and powers and all the works, all based around Fate, but particular to the world of Nova City. So I'll say no more about that because it's all in development. But I want to say something about the spirit of Nova City Heroes and what we're trying to achieve. I have some misgivings about 5e, and obviously Nova City Mutants and Masterminds was based around 3rd edition or 3.5 or whatever it was, and that they didn't quite bring over all of the issues that there are with D&D. But there is an opportunity, I think, to make things really quite different. D&D is problematic in a number of ways, and what I don't want Nova City Heroes to be is a bunch of superhero murder hobos. There's something quite odious about the idea of a bunch of heroes walking around a sort of like a complex of caves and just killing things. There was somebody pointing out the other week that there was an inherently kind of, you know, colonial idea of wandering into a wilderness where other people or other things have been for time immemorial, and feeling that you've got the right to kind of eradicate everything in front of you. I mean, where have we heard that before in human history? So that's the bit I don't like. I also don't like the idea of power leveling that happens to points of kind of unimaginable and unchallengeable and indestructible godlike power. I'm going to, as much as I can, avoid that in Nova City Heroes. The whole point about Nova City Heroes, well, there are 2 points. Firstly, is that you're the unknowns. You're not Iron Man. You're not Superman. You're not Captain America. You're the unknowns that can potentially become as iconic as these figures. But your role isn't about conquest or destruction. It's about protection. And so that begs the question, what are we protecting? And so there will be a much deeper relationship between hero and community, between, you know, the Wolverines of the world and the School for Mutants, between Spider-Man and Queens, between Daredevil and Hell's Kitchen. And what we're going to do is build communities that evolve and change and have lives of their own, and that are different when heroes return to them after their adventures, that have NPCs within them that are far more like autonomous beings that can interact with and challenge the players. And so the relationship between the hero and the place they protect will be much stronger. We're going to have a solo part to Nova City Heroes, which will be the way we do origin stories. A lot of superhero RPGs don't have a way of the hero becoming a hero, and we're going to do that. We're going to have more of a space for teen superheroes. So it's going to be a very rich, very diverse, very complex take, and it's all going to be situated within the context of the balance sheet. Okay, so that's that gone banged on about for long enough. The next thing is In the Darkness of Dreaming. I've now finished 12 of the planned 22 chapters, so we're beyond the halfway point. That's going to be coming out in, I think, October time. I'm just going to open the car door for a minute because I'm about to suffocate. Because my car window stopped working the other week during a fucking heat wave. Thanks, car. So that's coming along nicely, and I'm looking at October time. So if you join the mailing list, there'll be for A Fire in the Heart of Knowing. There'll be more on that coming soon, and hopefully I'll be able to write a few other short stories a little bit more around that part of the world. DM Essentials. This summer we're going to be going into the Underdark. So I just published a little Underdark guide yesterday. I will be doing much more of that. And then hopefully when we hit sort of September, October, we'll be looking back at Northrop. So that's a little roundup of where we're at the moment. And thoughts, please. And I'm very keen to know what you think of the plans for Nova City Heroes. But anyway, let me know. Take care. Bye-bye.